Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Here we are back in the chair.
The big chair.
The big chair.
Big day.
Yay! So excited.
Color day.
Yes. And so today we will also show you the cut, but we're going to focus this video on the color because I know I get so many questions about how we get the bright blonde, all the brands you use, all that stuff. So,
Sure, which I have no problem being transparent about all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We can kind of talk, I'll kind of ask you too. So today, Shirley, what are we going to go for color?
I actually want even more blonde this time, and even like more blonde through the back too.
Awesome.
So real thick, heavy highlights, bright blonde.
But keep the disconnect from the bottom dark. Like
yes,
you're, like,
I still want the I still want the bottom dark.
Perfect.
Because I've had questions like, why don't I go platinum everywhere? But I mean, in order to do that, it would be grown out in one month. Yes. So I go 3 months between each color appointment. This time it's been just a smidge longer. So
So keep that in mind for everyone, because people do ask, and a lot of times, like, say for example, if I get a customer coming in that has been referred from Shirley, there are, I mean, 2 to 3 months is a long time between a cut on someone's short. So think about that, ½ inch a month, that averages out to about 1.5 inches of regrowth. So a lot of people ask me, I really like the depth. Well, she gets the depth, and her color, the dark color that you see, especially with different lightings, will really pop the blonde. In addition to also the dark will look darker. But as far as Shirley's color goes, this is her actual natural color brown. So I don't do anything to that. So I think, because I actually had a customer asking me about this, so I shared with her that you are naturally very dark and it's pretty ashy. You're probably like a level, like a 4. So actually you're like a 5, but it's getting, sometimes it's even a little darker.
Yeah, it's weird. My brother's hair continued to get darker as he got older too.
Which is kind of common, unless you're getting grayer or whiter, that, you know, this is where it goes.
Grayer or whiter.
Which to her benefit, we just utilize, because she has this nice little bright, special blonde. She's like, don't show that to everybody. No, but we just use it, and it's great, because if anything on camera, like it looks like a natural blonde piece.
That's so blends right in.
Yeah.
But that's also why I love to have the blonde, because it really disguises.
You don't even notice it, huh?
No. And I have a little bit that is here on the sides, present in the sides.
There will probably be a day that she'll ask me to possibly cover it.
Right.
I kind of recommend to people, go as long as you can without doing a full coverage permanent color, only because, unless it's just bothering you like crazy. But so for example, with Shirley's, a lot of people want to know, well, how does she get so bright? One of the things is that because this is her natural color, I don't have to I don't have to fight the artificial color that we've put in. So when you put another color, a permanent color, and then rebleach over that, you're essentially pulling out not only their natural, but you're also pulling out the permanent if you are going over that too. So that gives a little bit more of a potential issue for not getting as blonde, because you are going to be pulling through artificial color, which means it goes through all the little color stages, and it just is a little trickier. So as far as color, what I use on Shirley, I use Wella Blonde D'Or. Sounds crazy, but I use 40 on her. I have to, and let me tell you, I have to use 40, and probably for like 30 minutes, and 20 of it's under the dryer. So I don't use any bond builder. I don't have to use any extra special additives. I mean, if the hairdresser's listening to this, you know what I mean. For her, she doesn't need it. I don't we get regular, she's here every 4 weeks to get haircuts. We go for that really platinum blonde. So thus I need to really, when I pull her out, it needs to be, when I think she's done, I wait 5 more minutes. So, because it really does take a while. So I use that. So again, Wella Blonde D'Or 40 volume. I mean, you could room temperature it and not put him under the dryer. Should a hairdresser not like to use the dryer? Yes, can it be more damaging? It can, but with the integrity, I mean, I know what Shirley's hair can do, and she has very thick and tough hair, so I'm not worried. She would not be everyone that I would do, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's something.
And I do regularly use hair masks, especially the first month after color.
Because can you feel it? It's a little compromised,
I can tell.
right?
I can tell it's drier, and so about 2 at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. That first month, I use a heavy hair mask in the shower.
Right. She takes care of her. I mean, others like, and I'm not always afraid to be so aggressive on the blonding when someone's shorter. Whereas, you know, the person who comes down with, you know, mid-length and I want to be as blonde as I can be, then I'm going to be a little more conservative to what's going on in those lengths because we don't want to damage that and have it feel like it needs a haircut all the time.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good. Okay.
All right.
All right. We're going to get started.
Okay, bye. This one is actually, I'm going to do a little number 2 right around that little spot here. Just so I can check that, but then I'm going to switch it just to a little bit longer. And then I think, did we use, was it 3 or 4? We've gone a little between
I think
both
we
of
did
them.
3 the last 2 times.
3 starts, 4 is, I think starts out fine, but it grows out too much.
Yeah, it goes out real quick. Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready to highlight. I just kind of take, I already undercut Shirley's hair. So as you can see, it's nice and short. It's very easy for me to differentiate between where we need to highlight and where we don't. She shared that she wanted to go a bit lighter all the way through the crown and all that stuff too. So what I'm going to do is through the back, I'm going to probably alternate right around that like first foil on the bottom. I always like to keep it like really natural because that's what's gonna lay.
True.
And if you go a little chunky, you can see chunky. I'm not a fan of the chunky on the bottom, but that's preferential. So I like it. I like her to leave and it looked like, you know, we intentionally went that way, not like pulled through the cap type pieciness, you know, through the bottom.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
And then as I work up, I'll probably do like 2 foils through the bottom, really natural, around the perimeter. And then I will probably start to alternate because she wants more coverage of the light. I probably will go a little chunkier, you know, not so baby lighty. So when I say really natural, that's kind of what I mean, is more of a baby light, but heavy baby light with the blonde. So, and again, with 40 volume, I know it sounds crazy, but part of it is I'm a pretty quick foiler, which I've definitely done highlights in my day. So if you're not so fast, then it, you know, for the person maybe who's like, that's just too much, then start with 30. You can get there. It's just that we do run on a schedule, and sure, you know, I run on 2.5 hour appointments typically. So thus I'd love to hang out with Shirley all day long.
Yeah, we would. We have so much to talk about.
But let's be real, we all have things to do. So
right. Gotta make a living at this too.
That's right.
So
this is where I'll start going a little. And when I say chunky, I just will take bigger sections in the weave. So instead of baby lighting and going so fine, I'll just take a little bit bigger. Not a full slice, because then you'll end up with panels that will lay over, and that could be, it can look okay if you're really taking thin ones.
Okay.
But it can also cause, you know, a little the not right look also. So I tend to go with just more of a thicker weave. And then keep them nice and tight, of course. So, and what I always like too is because she and I, because we don't do her highlighting other than every 3 months, I'm not, like, you can see here, although this, let me see, I don't know if you can, there literally is so much regrowth. Like, you can see the colors just on her ends, like the last inch. So what's nice is that's where I come in and I'm able to go more aggressive with the coloring because it's mostly just regrowth, new regrowth. So that's where I kind of.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because it looks like you place the product, most of the product just right at the roots, and then you know, whatever residual floats down to the ends.
For sure, yeah, because of course we call it, we like a heavier saturation wherever we need it. It always needs to be consistent because otherwise your blonding won't be as even throughout, but also as maximum. So if you mix your product too thick, I do like a little bit of a thicker product, but especially when I'm lightening, like say for example, like your dark, I know it has to be wet enough for it to do its thing.
Okay.
So. So here we are kind of on the front. So as you can see, this, doesn't she look like we've already done this part?
Yeah, that's a really nice braid blonde.
Right? So I do still put a little bit of a foil in there, even though we basically don't. It's just more just like a little something to blend. It sounds like funny bleach over white hair, but I think it gives a little consistent texture throughout. And in addition, it is slightly, I actually think it helps in giving her that extra coolness through the front as well. So as you can tell here, what I do on Sharalee, she kind of parts a little bit of a variable way. So I just take like really fine sections, like a little bit deeper, not just to kind of follow that and give her options on where that might lead. Yeah, where that might go.
I like to change it up, as my viewers know.
Right, right. So I'll probably go ahead and continue on with the fine, but also like a baby light, but also the, like you can tell this one's a little thicker. We are actually gonna, on top as well, going to add some slices throughout there too. So that's something I will be doing. So. Yep. Very cute. This is part of the process.
This is my favorite part.
Right?
I think this is the part that I never show my husband because I go, I don't think so.
I know.
I think this is even a better look. It almost looks like I have a beret of tinfoil.
Well, especially without all the bottom ones, you definitely look, you get a bit of a cap, you know?
All right.
So,
yay.
Now we'll put you under the dryer. Okay, everyone, so I'm totally showing you this to kind of give an idea, not only to hairdressers, I'm sure you guys know. So with some people, I would maybe be okay with this, but because she is so dark and she does have a tendency of going so much, she can get brassier even after I tone her, I am going to give this probably 5 to even 10. So that was just one of the foils. I'm going to kind of look up, I haven't looked at any of the other ones, but as well, you can see here, those are looking better, but I am going to give it like 5 more minutes, which some hairdressers might be like, you're nuts, but she wants the white. So that's where we kind of,
we got to keep cooking.
That's right. So some may say, I would never do that, but I'm okay. I'm cool because we're
cool with it.
We've done it for a while.
We've done it for years. Yes.
If she does have hair after a while, you know, some may not, but
right. It might come out chunks in the foil.
Right.
We don't want that.
And we do know, like I said, like her hair is very strong, and that's why I do press it like I do, because I know it can take it.
Yeah, it can handle it. Yeah.
So this ended up being a little longer, not just 5. I actually ended up being 10. But
So as you can see here in the foil, you see how you see more of the whitey? You don't see the yellowy.
Yay.
Some might go, that looks scary and it's really whitey, but in order to maintain that bright, white, cooler color, and this is where sometimes she's, because around the hairline, of course, things lift quicker, but she does, see, that's better as well. That's the original foil I had shown you. So yes, you might have some residual tones. So now I'm going to tone her with, I think I'm gonna actually do, I use Redken Shades EQ. I'm gonna do half 9V and then half 10VV, which is one of their newer ones. The 10 I like because it's it's lighter, so it doesn't get so dark, but it is a double violet, so it helps kind of implement that a little bit more. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yay. This is definitely violet, not blue.
Right. Right. And so now there have been times that so say we get done processing you and I do see some residual tones of like a little bit of warmth.
Okay.
I might throw in a little bit of B if I feel like that. And that's only because I'll be like, okay, we'll combat a little bit of that because first of all, I know you're not afraid of that.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel like they get gray and they don't like that.
Sure.
So V goes to more of a white.
Okay.
We go for more of like a platinum tone.
Okay.
Whereas the B goes towards like the blue.
Okay.
Can go more towards like the bluey, like steely kind of like gray tone.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay.
So I do use it in combo with the V sometimes. I do it a lot actually, combo them. Just
I've
depending on
heard
what.
that blue is more orange, to combat orange, and then purple more yellow.
Yep,
Is
that's
that
exactly
right?
right.
Okay.
So like right now, you're pretty consistently yellow across the board.
Okay. So
So-
that's why purple,
That's right.
violet seems to work best.
Totally. In today. Whereas
Today,
if I were to
right.
pull them out and think on a different day, like, there's a little residual tones, or
Yeah.
say in the past we'd use a little bit of that purple. So it's like, okay, we're pulling out artificial colors. So now
right.
I have a little bit of that tone that I'm dealing with. So let me put a little extra of the blue in there this time, and hopefully that long term will, keep you longer.
Okay.
All right, so here she is. So on a good note, what I always find as far as toning goes is a little tip. When someone sits at your chair and they're wet and you don't see any or very minimal warm tones, which on her I do, that's always a really good sign. So with that being said, we'll proceed here. All right, Shirley, so what are we thinking? I know we talked about the back, kind of leaving that length a little bit as it is, maybe just thin out just a little bit, chunk it out a little bit. We had kind of shortened the bang area, I think, last time.
Yeah, and I feel like, because I think we also texturized quite a bit, they feel thinner.
Okay, so like a tip on the end probably
just
would
tip
be
on
good.
the ends. And I think, just overall, leaving, I don't feel overly long.
I
but
don't think you
maybe
feel like it
just
either.
Kind of deep point cuts, texturize, and then maybe a little bit of some layering. Right
I was gonna say,
here
so
on the
this,
side.
because we're kind of maybe going to do a little adjustment, like grow some of this out a little bit so she can possibly just give a little something here, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So I do always kind of feel like over here we're kind of like, we
Kind
have
of
length.
like in between. Yeah. Right.
So I do think you
I
can
do think.
frame this slightly.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't take too much.
Not too much.
I don't
yeah, I
want
like
to get you
the
into,
right. Yeah.
we're now layered around your face because I do like the bluntness as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think something a little bit through here would be nice.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think, and I did have some like curling over here. Of course, it was 5 weeks, so.
Okay.
So I feel
So
like
we
this
need that
could
trim.
be, this part right here, I feel like can be trimmed up.
Perfect.
But yeah, the crown, I think we'll try that.
I'll just tip that a
yeah,
little bit.
that's good. Yeah.
And then I do think I will totally like leave your perimeter
Yeah.
length
Sure.
because
yeah,
I
that's
kind of
good.
want you to
I like
just
that.
try it
Yeah, I do too. That's good.
and just see like, okay, I know it's not per se just the perimeter you're feeling, but I feel like
it'll give you that idea of that length.
Yeah.
I do think it grew out a lot better though.
Yeah, I do too. I think it did. It stayed really, I didn't feel like I got heavy or thick, like the bushy back there or anything. So
Right.
that was good.
I love it. It's super cute.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Good.
Looks good. She's all done. No, she's brass free. Way to be.
I am. I love it. Looks awesome.
Yeah, the tone looks nice. I like it.
All right. I'll update you soon with pictures. Bye. Bye.